Good, glorious greetings, everyone. It is afternoon here in Texas in July, and this is the hottest July that I can recall. Okay, usually in this area of Texas, like the Houston area, we get this temperatures more like the middle of August or something like that. But it's here. And so I wanted to give you a quick word about how to take care of yourself in the Southeast Texas area where we have a lot of humidity and a lot of heat, a lot of sunshine. This year I'm noticing we're getting a little less rain this time of year than we normally do, which means that it's kind of drying out the grass and all this. It's beginning to resemble California a little bit. Not quite the desert, but there's definitely, I think, going to be some implications of adjustments even in Texas. Okay, so I wanted to give you a short word. Well, short word, that's not going to happen with me. I'm going to talk to you, and I want to talk to you about the Texas heat and how to protect yourself, and some of the diet and lifestyle changes that you can make in order to survive the Texas heat a little more comfortably. And with the temperatures that we're having and the humidity that we're having, like for instance, the weather thing might say 96 degrees, and then when you look at the real feel, okay, or the heat index, it might show 106. So that's a 10 degree, and that's a 10 degree variation. That is suggesting what your body is going to actually feel like, what your car is going to actually need, okay, what your animals are going to actually need, how you can make some adjustments. Okay, I am going to talk with you about your physical human body, okay, mostly. The other things that you're going to have to be concerned with your cars, with your animals, things like that, I'm going to leave those to someone else. However, with the animals, if the animals are not in the house with you, be sure that you are providing enough water, making enough water available for those animals, and also some shaded areas, okay? And so if your outside doesn't have any shaded areas, you might want to make some adjustments, okay, for the animals to be more acclimated to the temperatures, okay? I'm pretty sure most of you will seek out or know what to do about that a lot more than me. However, I am almost certain that so many of us are still a bit ignorant of the things that we put our bodies through, okay? So we're going to pick a couple of things. For one thing, sunshine. So you know the 8 laws of health that I tell you about all the time. So sunshine, exercise, water, temperance. So I think I'll delve into temperance right now, because you want to exercise temperance in your dietary regimens. Okay, this is a time to adjust them. Did you ever, okay, let's just follow nature for a bit and realize that the fruits and vegetables come out this time of year. They start kind of getting ready and bearing forth fruit in this time of the year, okay? By late spring, you're getting some berries, some strawberries, and things like this. So there's a reason nature provides certain fruits and vegetables in certain areas, okay? Because the people in those areas, and it's easier to grow those products, and they flourish, okay, as the temperatures get a little bit hotter. So that means, and even the animals know this, the animals know when to eat certain grasses, certain fruits, certain vegetables, okay? Unfortunately, we've begun to feed the animals, okay, in a domesticated kind of way, and they wind up having more problems too. But I said I was going to stick with the humans, okay? So pay attention to Mother Nature's call, okay? And I'm hoping that we don't go into a crisis with the availability of fresh fruits and vegetables. And if you have a little piece of land and you are capable of growing some organic vegetables and even fruits or something, like I noticed that my basil is going to seed already. It didn't do that last year until about mid-August, but it's gone already, okay? It's time for me to prune what I'm going to keep back and hang them upside down in the window so that they can dry out, so I can have some like basil seasonings, okay, if I want to do that. But speaking of the herbs and spices, that is one of the things that you're going to want to adjust in your dietary regimen. And remember, I spoke about temperance. Temperance is self-control. Temperance is moderation in all things. But now what you want to do is, make sure you're getting plenty of water. I've got water in this cup. So the rule of thumb is that you should consume half your weight in water. Okay, so if you're a 150-pound person, then you want to be drinking about 75 ounces of water. Okay, and I'm just going to say water. Of course, you can make some adjustments. However, I do want to warn you about sugar, because sugar is going to produce more heat in your body, okay? And so then your blood's going to go through your body feeling like syrup, kind of thick and icky, okay? That's what's going to be going through your bloodstream. And you may not feel it. Yeah, you've had a couple of Cokes or a couple of sugar-filled smoothies, or maybe some ice cream, because it's summertime and you want ice cream, okay? And these sorts of things, but you want to pay attention to the amount of sugar, and especially if you have problems with things like diabetes or metabolic syndrome, or any of those other things that cause you not to digest as quickly and as properly. So a few things that you can do is going to be modify your intake, especially of carbohydrates, okay? Bread, rice, sugar, cakes, ice cream, all those things are fine to eat, Okay, I'm not telling you not to eat those. I am telling you, or I'm suggesting to you to cut back, okay? Modify your, yeah, okay. It's very easy to want a sandwich instead of a hot meal in this heat, okay? However, when your body is going through the process of processing and digesting this food, it creates heat in your body in order to do that. Now, if you're in a well air conditioned environment, okay, you might be able to get away with that. I don't suggest a hot bowl of soup. However, if you're particularly cold in your office and that's what's available, okay, early in the day is fine. But when I say modify, say for instance you got hamburger, french fries, and a Coke, okay? Uh, that is going to produce a lot of heat in your body for digesting that. So, Mother Nature has given us the gift of like plenty of lettuces and spinach and cabbage and things that process through your body in a lighter fashion. Okay, so you can be cool. All right. And I'll mention sunshine right away because it's a tendency to get down to the beach or go to the pool or something like this. So when the temperature is already 100 around noon, you want to have gone to the pool or the beach or playing in the sunshine in the water. I want to say in this area, sometime before noon, okay, would be most tolerable and most cautious and most significant for your skin, okay? And for those of you who are using skin care products because you're in the sun, read your labels. And I always say, if you can't say it out your mouth, don't put it in your mouth, especially in Texas in the summertime. Okay? So careful of the sunshine and the heat. Put something on your head. Cover your head. Okay? Not like a scarf or anything. A straw hat. Okay? That will shade maybe hopefully some of your face from the sun, and not only that, keep some of the heat and that's why you want a visor that kind of lets your hair cover. And if you're a guy and you don't have hair, then a straw hat would be good. So you get a breeze through there, so your head is not overheating, your brain is not getting overheated, and your skin is especially of your face. And those of us who are wearing makeup, okay, pay attention to the SPFs and all these kinds of stuff. Read the labels. Read the labels on the products that you are using on your body, okay? Now, when you get off from work and you get home, you want to maybe if you want to have a wholesome meal, breakfast or lunch is the time to do that, okay? Because when the sun starts going down, it's time for you to start preparing to go down as well. And you don't want a lot of sugar and starch in your system, okay? So breakfast might be a handful of blueberries and some yogurt. Not some flavored yogurt or sugared yogurt. If you need some sugar, honey is going to be your best round, especially during the heat in summer. I also suggest squeezing a little lemon into your water and sipping that throughout the day. because it being in your body is going to produce more of a cooling effect. Now, in Ayurveda, it's the constitutions are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Now, the Vata characteristics are busyness. They're kind of more of an air quality, okay? And so they may endure the heat a little better, okay? Because they're going to be constantly on the move and have a tendency to adjust quite well. Now, Pitta, on the other hand, is more subject to the heat. And so when Pitta gets overheated, Pitta is going to break out with heat rashes or acne or maybe even more headaches. Okay, Vata has headaches too. And then Kapha is I like to say turtle, more of a earth symbolized being. Okay, so already kind of heavy and kind of thick, very peaceful, but it's important for Kapha to be aware of when he or she is going to exercise, okay? Because if he or she gets weighted down with Kapha, they're not going to want to move anyway, okay? They're already thick and unctuous, okay? So it's going to be easy for them to be like, oh, it's too hot, I'm not going to exercise, okay? And me, I'm a Pitta Kapha constitution, and so I have a tendency to want to exercise, and I like being outdoors to nature. And so my bike rides have to be in the early morning. Okay, and right now, with it being so hot so quickly, I'm going out to ride my bike. I'm leaving my house no later than 6:30 if I can get out there and it's enough daylight. Okay, so then I'm back home no later than 8:30, because then I need a nice cool shower. That's another point. Cool showers are really, really great for summertime. You don't want a hot shower in summertime. So maybe you start with like a lukewarm shower, and you want to get all the stickiness off of you because you feel like you've been frying all day. Well, at the end of that shower, flip that switch over to the cold part so that you cool yourself off. And when you're in the shower, don't be going like, I just gotta get my shower, Relax and enjoy your shower time, okay? And especially relax the cool down time, okay? And wet your head, especially with the cool water. If you've been outside and if you've been exposed to the heat factor for quite some time during the day, it's a good deal to cool off your brain. Now, if you're a girl and you don't want to be shampooing your hair every day, okay, then find some other measures to cool off the top of your head, especially if it's been exposed to the elements. All right, brain care is really high on my agenda. So, what things can you eat? Okay, say for instance you're going to Subway. I want you to remove half of that bread, okay? I don't suggest processed meats. So here's the deal. If you can't say it out your mouth, don't put it in your mouth. Apple, okay, fine. Butter, okay, fine. Bread, read the labels. Remember, Bread and starchy foods, even sweet potatoes or french fries, are going to kind of weigh you down and bring on some extra heat to help the body digest that. Now, the other thing is have your dinners a little bit earlier. Have your last meal of the day a little bit earlier. Anywhere from 4 to 6 p.m. is a good thing. And if that's not an available time for you and you get home or you have a business meeting that puts you in a situation where you have to eat and you haven't eaten all day and feel like you're famished, pay attention to your body. Take a few moments to bless your food so it doesn't hurt you. Tell your food, okay, please don't hurt me. And pay attention to your body. Don't get so engrossed in everything that's going around you, outside of you, that you don't recognize what's going on inside of you, okay? Eat half of your serving of food. Order half of the serving, okay? Eat less in the evening time, because although you may have the ability to set your thermostat in your home how you like it, you don't want to be overcome or feel like when you wake up the next morning you feel like, I got beat up last night. So pay attention to the laws of nature, okay? When your body says I'm hot, give it a little cool water, not ice water, okay? Room temperature is best even in the summertime. However, you might need a couple cubes of ice, okay? In that water, squeeze a little bit of lemon juice in that water. Some other good things that are cooling are of course, your fruits and melons and things like that. But fruits and melons will have a high level of sugar, especially watermelon. But a nice cold juicy piece of watermelon is not going to kill you, and it's not going to weigh you down. If you're having trouble with things like diabetes, then you might want to consider how much of that you can consume. But one of the really interesting things that the body will tell you is if you're enjoying some spicy food and you're in an environment where the temperature is really nice and cool, and you eat this really spicy food, it will ring your bell later. So I'm trying to get you to pay attention to the body. Cucumbers, tomatoes, fresh greens, all your fresh greens, because they're coming out and the more water that you get in the fresh leafy greens and the juicy fruity tomatoes and even the squash and the cucumbers, things like that have a higher consistency of water, you're doing really goodness for your body. Save your breads and your potatoes for the fall time of the year when they become in season, okay? But right now, focus on your apples, your cherries, your strawberries, your blueberries, all these things Mother Nature is providing. And if it's juicy, that's what you want, because you want the hydration from the food. Mother Nature provides us what we need when we need it, okay? And most often, if you're following the rules of natural health, most mothers are providing that same service to their children, okay? Not a bunch of sugary cereals, not a bunch of milk, okay? So those are the no-nos. What are the yes-yeses? Fruits, vegetables, fruits, vegetables, fruits, vegetables. Did I say fruits and vegetables enough? Okay. Cucumbers are not for just laying on your eyes when you're in the eat the cucumbers, okay? And that should get you through the most rigorous time of the summer. If you exercise self-control and discipline, if you're paying attention to your body, look at that fruit, look at that vegetable, look at that plate that's set before you. If you have the opportunity to order, if you have the opportunity to make your plate for yourself, choose the things that are going to supply you with hydration and good fruits and vegetables. I want to say living foods for a living body, especially in the heat of the summertime in Texas right now. You want living foods, okay? You can have your meat. I want to say mostly you want to eat it in the earlier part of the day. So go for it, but take care of yourself. The other thing is salt is important. So salt allows the water to actually get into the cells. So that doesn't mean you go out and have a bunch of chips or sprinkle a little extra salt on your food, especially if it's like different kinds of salt. The ones I recommend are the Himalaya pink salt or the Celtic gray salt, because those salts have more vitamins and minerals that are going to work with your body. And in addition to not elevating the blood pressure so much, they're going to help to open the cells of your body so that the water goes into the cells, okay? Salt is important, but pay attention to how much you use. Moderation in all things. Okay. Lemon juice, honey, juicy fruits and vegetables, low carbohydrate foods, because these things are going to go through your body in a natural process and work with Mother Nature so that you feel good and you feel refreshed, and no overeating. What are the things that cause you to overeat? High carb foods, cakes, cookies, ice cream, candy. All of those will put you into sugar cravings, and you'll be hot and miserable while you're trying to sleep. Just natural things, okay? Oh, you can use some herbal teas, okay? Green tea, iced green tea. If you like a little coffee, iced coffee, okay? Same principle, just cool it down. It's not the time to drink hot stuff, okay? Just kind of natural things. Get back to the commands of Mother Nature. That'll hold you. Thank you for listening, and I hope some of the information that I've shared with you will help you to have a more comfortable summer, especially during these hot days. Take care of yourself. And remember, living foods for a living body. I love you. Have a glorious day.